Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. Roll call.
Member Anderson.
Here.
Vice President Gibson.
Here.
Member Greco. Member Swallow.
Here.
President Sweeto.
Here. Do I have a motion to approve the September minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to pay the town bills? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the fund and appropriation reports for September?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion cleared. Okay, at this time, I'm going to introduce Ryan Lissick from Small Cities and Towns.
Hi.
Hi.
You can, wherever you want to be.
So my name is Ryan, I'm from Driving, Indiana, and so we have a project that we applied for in 2022 with the city of Lake Station being the prime. And it's called the Lake and Porter County ZEV project, Zero Emission Vehicle Project. What it breaks down to is that we have 26 communities that are going to be receiving 80 electric vehicles and 20 public level 2 charging stations. The way that this was applied is that Lake Station would be the prime, and the other 25 communities would be a sub recipient, and town of New Chicago being one of those sub recipients. Once again, this was applied for in 2022, and the way that things have turned out is this is NDOT funding, and we are not allowed to go about the prime and subrecipient way that we did. And there will be a new LPA contract directly with the town of New Chicago and NDOT and NERC for this matter. And so what it comes down to is $33,280. That's 33280. Not to exceed 80% of the total cost of an electric vehicle choice, electric vehicle to the choice of the town of New Chicago. And after it's all said and done, there will be a 5-year reporting requirement, but it's going to cover $33,280 of an EV of your choice. There's going to be a meeting the week of the 20th, which might contradict with anyone that's going to French Lick or Terre Haute for the AIM conference. Okay. But we will be sending out an invite, and I'll make sure that Sharon and Robert are on that email tomorrow morning. Additionally, we just dropped off a Tesla dual port universal charging station and pedestal, and that would be available, and we will have that set up for you after you install it, and we'll get you set up online, making sure that you can receive making sure that you receive costs for people using the charging station. Sharon, did I miss anything?
No, I don't think
You won't be
so.
able to buy or purchase the EV until you have a contract in hand, which we're expecting that to come later this year.
Mhm.
And then starting in 2026, once you have that contract, you'll be able to purchase your electric vehicle of your choice.
I know Robert already sent the contract in and signed it.
Yes. So that was for the Tesla charging stations.
Yeah.
Sue.
I want them to understand this is the MS4. This is not the town, this is not police, this is not fire. It is for MS4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's MS4.
Okay.
How many vehicles is it? Just one? or-
One.
It's just one for the town of New Chicago.
Okay.
We were lucky to get that, thanks to Ryan.
And we can get a vehicle as long as, well, you'll pay 32,000 of any,
33,000.
33,000.
Yeah.
The money is there, so.
The money's not going away. Let me say that one more time, is that the money is already in the TIP, the Transportation Improvement Plan for the state of Indiana. It's not gonna be touched. It's there. And you're not gonna be out of pocket any money until you purchase the vehicle, but you're not gonna be buying the vehicle until you have a contract in hand.
What vehicle do you choose from?
Anything that you would like. We want to use Sourcewell. The majority of the electric vehicles that people communities are looking at, and the three that have been delivered to the city of Lake Station are the Ford F-150 Lightnings. It has about 320 miles of range, and it's a regular Ford F-150 crew cab
That's what
that just has an electric powertrain.
So, but what does that cost? I mean, a Ford F-150, aren't they about 50,000
They're about
or more?
the upgraded battery model, the 320 mile range one, they're about 56.
Okay. So this would pay the first 33,000.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
about, we're calling it 23 out of pocket after it's all said and done. And,
not bad.
but you can get a Chevy Equinox that's all electric, and it's just a smaller car. If you're going to a pickup truck, there's just the Chevy Silverado all electric and the GMC Sierra. They're about $70,000, $80,000.
And which one did you pick, Robert?
The Lightning.
The Lightning.
And then, so we're gonna use Sourcewell pricing, and basically that is a qualified purchase agreement at the state level where municipalities do not have to go out to bid. It's flat pricing straight from the OEM. We're gonna work with a local dealer to go through that process, and it'll be simplified. I'll be there to help out on the reimbursement side. I'll be able to help out there on the reporting side for the next 5 years.
So Jimmy was supposed to be out there test driving those electric vehicles, but that was the day we had a meeting here during the day with Zarmac, so nobody made it out there, so it is what it is.
We could probably set something up if you'd like, and you can go check out the City of Lake Station's EVs in the meantime. But
It's fine.
The the only thing I would say about the electric vehicle pickup trucks is that you cannot put a plow on. That is the only negative.
Oh, we wouldn't.
Okay.
No, that's MS4, so the plow won't go on it. That's stormwater.
So we need a motion to purchase it.
Yeah.
We already did, no.
We need the contract first.
I would say wait until you have the contract in hand. That way you can see everything's above board. You can see everything is in writing, and there will be some comfortability. And that contract will be coming directly from INDOT.
And you guys reimburse us for the electricity for charging stations and stuff? Or not? Did I miss that?
So for the electricity is still going to come from NIPSCO,
Well, yeah, but
but so in order to be cost efficient with electricity and gasoline would need to come down to about $1.80 per gallon. For a gasoline vehicle that gets 25 miles per gallon compared to an F-150 Lightning. So with that being said, there is a charging station that will be coming with the Lightning.
That's a free one.
That's a free one.
And that will be in by the Public Works Building because we will pay MS4 will pay the electricity for that truck.
And the City of Lake Station received their 3 trucks in July. They're charging once a week. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good thing. And
But-
they're towing mowers, they're towing all kinds of equipment with them too.
So can you take the old charging station down in front of the old building?
So we would, me and Robert and I were just talking about that, and that it is a simplistic replacement. I'm not a certified electrician, but if it was at my house, I could do it. But it is there's an electrician on staff that can do it and turn off the breakers, connect the wires, and I will come out and we'll do the getting it online and making sure that you're on the Tesla network so that all their electric vehicles can charge there. In one of the recent replacements that we did with the city of Hobart, just outside the city hall, exact same charging station, both the old one and the ones that we just delivered here. They have received close to $5,000 worth of revenue since April.
For letting other people use it?
For letting other people use it, but there is a fee to use it, and that's where that $5,000.
Well, we've got two of them, Sue. The one is free for the MS4 and the other one's going to the new town hall.
The one that's for the light, that comes with the lightning, it's not supposed to be open to the public. It's more of a fleet behind the gate charging station.
Okay, that's not my question.
Okay.
Who's gonna take down the old one at the old town hall? The obsolete one?
I think it's on the town.
Okay,
We don't know who belongs to.
No, it's yours.
it's ours.
It's yours. Take it to the scrapyard, whatever.
Hmm,
It's yours. It's out of date.
okay.
That's what they said, or you told me before.
Yeah, and you saw the size of that charging station versus the ones that are in Robert's pickup truck. It's night and day difference. There's no required updates going from 3G, 4G, 5G, 5G plus. It's all Wi-Fi now. So all that's taken care of. There's not an annual fee. It's, as long as it's online, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right.
How
Thank
soon
you.
do you think the contract will be over here?
I would say we're shooting for an end of the year because it has to be approved by the TIP at the NERC commissioners.
That's December.
That's December.
Okay, so somebody will make that meeting, so.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, thank you,
All
Brian.
right.
Thank
Take
you.
care, everyone. Have a great
All right,
night.
Brian.
Have a good night. Okay, Larry, oh, I'm sorry. Budget, Cinder and Dalton, or Cinder.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Eichman. I work with Senator Dalton Municipal Advisors, who are municipal advisors for the town. Before we open this resolution for adoption, just kind of want to go over the process that we went through these past couple of months with the town. Our team has been working with Tammy and Sue, as well as met with the different department heads of the town, just in structuring this budget, just to ensure that the town has budgeted an appropriate amount of funds for the anticipated expenses for this year, as well with Senate Enrollment Act 1. With that role, we're going to anticipate loss in property tax revenue. So also working with the town to see where we can reduce budgets, so that way we can make up for the anticipated shortfall in revenue. Just last month, we had our public hearing on this, and it seemed like, I believe most of the department heads may have been at that meeting, where we went over a lot of the changes we made or what we were proposing for the budget, and it seemed there weren't many public comments to make, not many revisions. So kind of with that, if there's not any last questions from the council, we can make a motion to adopt the budget for 2026.
Is there any questions? Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the budget for 2026?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And then last thing you guys will have to do is just sign off.
Okay.
No, sure. Oh,
I
you
have
a
it.
copy. Okay, awesome. And then Tammy
Just
will
need you guys to sign off on that.
If you'd like to send me the signed copy, you can
Sure.
send it, and then I can get everything put together.
Well, we can sign his too. Both
We
of
only
them.
need one signed copy,
Oh.
so if you just pass one around and sign it, Tammy can provide it for me.
I'll send it to you tomorrow morning.
Awesome, so
All right, thank you, Andrew. Tell
Thank
Trista I
you.
said thank you too.
Absolutely.
Okay, Larry Gifford, Mead.
Yeah, come on up. I'm Larry Gifford with me. This is Zach Petrius. I'm the area manager for Mead Electric. He's the project manager. First of all, I'd like to thank Town of New Chicago for meeting with us, trying to rebuild a relationship with the town. And I've talked to Sue and Tammy and both your inspectors as well too. And we met at the prior meeting at 5:00. We're going to, we talked with the board and the town attorney as far as writing the contract with the 811 rules to dig by that we will follow, as well as hold both parties accountable and looking to pay the damages going forward and get back in good graces with the town of New Chicago.
And resume work with the AMI meter exchange.
Correct. We're actually, in that division, we're not going to be doing any digging in the ground. We're just subbed underneath NIPSCO to put in the new AMI meters, which will be, they can read them remotely. They'll be able to turn them on and off, and they also have thermal protection in case there's a fault, it'll shut the meter off.
Where are these meters going to be at?
They're per NIPSCO's direction. They're directing us where to go. So far, I think, what'd you say, there's 60 homes?
Approximately 60 homes that may need repairs at this time. So
Oh.
QES was the contractor who came here originally to upgrade to the smart meters. And when they come, they recognize potential issues in that exchange from the old to new. When that issue is marked, it's added to the list. That list is shared with us. And then
Oh,
we're dispatched out to make those
I
repairs.
see.
And
Okay.
we may not even touch a meter in your town. It's just if they need the repair.
Yeah, okay. Did anybody else have any questions?
Do you have my check for damages?
I sure do.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he's going to rewrite the agreement with the 811 in it, and then we'll pay the damages. And then that way we have the agreement binding us with the 811 rules to dig by.
I was gonna add into the contract we already gave them, just that both sides will abide by the 811 rules, and there will be the standards. If you break that rule, you owe you're a breaching party.
So are they waiting on that for you to write it up, or do they come
They-
tomorrow and get the contract?
I could probably, I'm pretty tight tomorrow. I think I can,
So can they come pay their contractor's license, or do we need for you to do
No,
that first?
well, it was gonna be contingent upon them signing,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay. All right,
So-
whatever you guys work
But I could probably get it done tomorrow morning. Not
And what I can do is I can give him my card. He can email it to me. We'll review it, send it back, and then I can bring you the check and pay the damages and everything else.
And contractor license.
Yeah, and we'll get the contract license.
Yeah, so, yeah, please give me your card so I
Okay.
can send it to you.
Thanks for all your help in meeting with us too.
Okay, thank you. You're going to give him your card?
Yes.
Yeah, the motion is to,
I'll make a
Oh,
motion to
do-
accept.
motion provided they pay the 3,000 and sign the contract. that we accept
Do I have a
them as-
motion providing they sign, approve the contract?
Well, no, so
I didn't see it was going so fast.
the motion that provided they contingent upon them signing the agreed contract and paying $3,000, their license shall be issued by the town of New Chicago.
And signing the paper.
Yeah, that's what I meant, the
Yeah.
contract.
Mhm,
I'll make
okay.
that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I couldn't hear you saying too much.
Just email it. My email address is there.
Okay,
And all
Here,
phones go
Brenda.
to my cell phone. anyway.
perfect. All right. I will
Thank you.
hopefully finish it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne.
You like it?
I was able to storage in front.
Thank you.
Correspondent, clerk treasurer.
I received the new contract for Morton Salt. I just
Mhm.
need council's approval to send it back to them, stating that we are accepting it. The price is $75.28 per ton. And the total tons are 150 tons that we get. So I just need council to approve me to send it back so I can order salt.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And then next, I have, Diane in the office has been keeping track of credit card payments that we are receiving since we began taking them online and in the office. So she's just giving me monthly totals. So I'm providing those monthly totals to council so you can see that people are starting to use it more. So I expect it to increase as the months go on and more people find out about it. A lot of people do appreciate it. So I just gave each one of you one of these so you can look at the totals,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
And that's all I have.
Okay, thanks. There is no ordinance, no resolution. Department Police.
So for the month of September, we got a total of 215 citations, 79 individuals of ordinances, 76 infractions, 51 warnings, we towed 65 cars. We made, 65 cars. We made 54 arrests. 30 was custodial, 24 was non-custodial, 15 drug-related, 9 warrants, and 1 weapon offense. After a year collaborating and meeting with and coordinating with the Lake County Prosecutor's Office, we successfully secured charges against Jonas Gibson in connection to the October 2024 homicide that happened in the farm. The prosecutors accepted our charges of reckless homicide and employment with the firearm. This resolution reflects the dedication and positions of our officers and our investigators in ensuring justice for the victim and his family. Car 2 had to be taken to the dealership. It got some type of electrical issue. It had to be started. We have 6 new recruits that are going to start the 40-hour pre-basic on this Monday, October the 13th, in compliance with Indiana law enforcement standards. All officers have successfully completed the American Heart Association CPR First Aid and AED certification, so they'll be valid for 2 years. Critical incident on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, New Chicago officers were involved in a police action shooting. This incident is currently being investigated by Indiana State Police, Lowell Post. All involved officers have completed the recommended 14-day leave, attended both peer support sessions, clinical therapy, and a state licensed psychologist. We've been fully cleared and can return to duty without any restrictions. I do have letters from the therapist and from the psychologist, but that is not the council. It will be the officer's personnel file. I secured a donation from one of the local dealerships. They gave us a car. It's parked up in Town Hall parking lot now. It's been painted, buffed, detailed. They gave it to us for free. We're gonna raffle it off to someone for Christmas. The raffle ticket will be $100 a car. $100 a ticket, we're hoping to sell 100 tickets, make $10,000 and use that for our Christmas party. The community-wide cleanup was a success. We got a lot of great feedback from the community for doing that. Officer Hubble received a conditional offer of employment from Lake States Police Department. We anticipate him leaving sometime in late November. I provided a roster for you guys. I provided some department achievement for you guys. As far as policies and grants, all Indiana state law updates effective July 1st, 2025 have been implemented and updated to electrical. The JAG grant reporting period was open from the 1st through the 20th, where we submitted all required paperwork so that we can receive the reimbursement for the money we spent on the radio, so we can get that $98,000 back. And all traffic grant reports have been put in, and the reimbursement has started after that. Also, Lloyd, I got a copy for you of our youth support policy
Okay, good.
and the state.
Earl, has Hubble been here a year already?
He's been here a year. He hasn't completed his year from the academy.
He has?
He has not.
He has not?
He has not.
Okay. So he'll be here until then?
No, he's leaving November. I've already sent his contract over to Lloyd.
Chief,
He'll have to
real
pay the
quickly,
difference.
any update on how soon the state police finish their investigation?
I talked to the lieutenant yesterday. The lead detective ended had 2 more officer involved students right following ours. So he's kind of tied up. Everything's pretty cool. They're just waiting on the ballistic before it's to come back.
Okay,
But that's all I got.
thank you.
Lloyd, I have a question for you. They're writing ordinance tickets, but I never see, do these people ever come in and pay?
Yeah,
Well, I never see anything on the fund report.
it doesn't work like that, and I don't know how Tammy puts it in, but I'm sure it's right.
I have,
We get the money from the county
Yeah,
because all the tickets come to the county, and the courts take their portion, and we get a check sometime later, right?
and that's ordinance violation.
I haven't really been getting a lot of money from ordinance violations. I think I may have put 1 or 2 in.
So we have,
And
that's
then
all
we've been
we've
in.
gotten money for?
Yeah,
Because I know
Mary
they're
goes
not
through-
good about paying.
yeah. Mary goes through the report, so, and then gives me the report. And she will tell me if there's ordinance violations on it. And she will show me
Yeah,
where they're at.
Yeah, but what I don't understand, we seem to be, the numbers of citations and local ordinance violations seems to be fairly normal, but we do not have the court call that we did before lately. I'm not sure why that is. But any idea, Chief, what's,
What was the question?
the court calls are getting smaller for the ordinance violations and stuff like that.
I can imagine people are paying versus taking it to court, it's paying the regular state fine. On the bottom of the ticket, it has my case,
Mhm.
mycase.in.gov, so you can just go on the website and pay it. So
Yeah, we just, we're not getting as many cases, and we send out as much as we can in terms of the deferral agreements, as long as they fit with state law. And a lot of people are taking those, and there's a lot of people that just don't even show up to court. And what happens after the second time they fail to show up, we suspend their license.
yeah, but I'm
That's
talking
usually
about
what
the
gets-
ordinance,
Well, these are
town
our ordinances.
ordinances.
The town ordinances are speeding as well as trash and stuff like that.
I didn't think so. I thought that was like, garbage in the yard and stuff like that.
No, that's everything.
We can't take,
I can only, see, the reason why we get,
that's how that was before, and that's what I was wondering,
We-
know.
no, like the ordinance, we don't get that many like garbage and stuff. People don't pay them because there's no,
That's what I'm saying, they don't pay them, yeah.
they don't, there's no downside to it.
That's what I
Unlike-
was wondering,
when we pull
does
their driver's
anybody ever
license.
pay them, because they write the tickets, but then they're not paying them.
the speeding tickets, I can pull their license, but yes, chief.
the garbage, even if they are fined, the judge throws them out every time. They give them, the judge give them 30 days to go to the yard thing, and then throw them out.
No.
That's what
I know they did that before.
They get to Marvel.
How's that house open by you? If I see it, the judge can continue.
Well, I know before, when we had a code enforcement officer, they would tell them they had 7 days to get it cleaned up. If not, then the police would give them a ticket. But if they got it cleaned up, there was no citation to them, and I don't know if things have changed. I know they write the citations for the ordinance, but they can't do anything if they don't pay it, and I know that.
The chief is,
I think you might be confused. When you say ordinances, we're not talking about grass and trash. Ordinance tickets are also, most of our ordinance tickets are for speed, disregard stop signs.
Well, see, I never knew, I always thought the ordinance, because we have a line item separate, ordinance violation, and that's for the town, not for speeding or anything like that. It's for, like, if they have garbage in their yard, if they got a car parked on their grass in the front, stuff like that. That's what this ordinance violation thing is on this line item.
Our ordinances are more than 95, 96% traffic violations. So it's two types of violations, an ordinance violation and a state violation. We get $4 for a state violation, we get $100 for a local ordinance. And when we write a speeding ticket, we write it under the local ordinance, not under the state. That's how we have the ODP program.
No, and that's what we want.
So on this fund report, Tammy, they have ordinance violation, and I always thought that was for in the town, in the yard. Now Earl is saying, and Lloyd is saying, it could be a ticket or whatever. So that can't, what are we going to do? Because that can't be together.
Well, we can, but, and, ordinance
Because the
violations can be
ordinance
a dog.
violation for the town, the yards and that come to the town goes into her general fund.
Yeah. And we don't split those out. I mean, when we collect them we get a check from the court every so often. I don't know how often we get it. It's like county, but, when we get it, we put that all in the same thing because it's, whether it's a local ordinance for not putting a leash on your dog or from having grass too high, people don't tend to pay those.
Oh, I know that.
It's horrible, but the speeding they tend to pay because I pulled their license and that gets their attention.
Well, that's what I was asking because there's never no funds here and I didn't know, and I know they don't pay. They're not good about paying. Okay, that's what I was wondering. So that ordinance violation, where does it go in with the police though? Because this one is for town.
It's all town. We can't write an ordinance speeding ticket if it doesn't happen in town. So if a person is traveling eastbound on 37th Avenue, that's.
So it doesn't matter whether it's a speeding ticket or it's you got your grass too high. Okay, so it's all together, okay. Because it was never before. That's how I understood it before.
But there's never ever been anything in that ordinance done for the last 5 years. You go back.
Well, I know, because they don't pay it in the town.
Or the judge throws it out because it's $228 for a garbage can. Or Paul Garcia, take more pictures, okay, and bring them back to court.
I have some new ones.
Okay, all right.
Give them another month.
Police commission.
All right.
Give them a year.
A few items we talked about at the meeting. Of course, we went over chief's report, they went over today. One of the items I brought up was code enforcement. Was reading, said, code enforcement is appointed by the town or a police officer. So I spoke to the chief about that. He notified me that Henderson has actually been doing it when he's coming out. So my concern was that nobody was doing it. Because naturally being a resident of this town and being involved in the town boards and on the police commission, I drive around town quite often and there's a lot of streets that are pretty bad. So I brought it up, the chief addressed it, said that Henderson has been doing it for the last month or so, you said?
Yeah.
3 months, okay. So, and I have noticed some things have been taken care of that I've seen. So, that was something I brought to him, was a concern of mine personally, as well as a resident, and for the town, the citizens of the town of Chicago, that we have somebody doing it. Because my concern was nobody's doing it. They're gonna see that and people are just gonna take advantage of that and not do anything. Because if nobody comes and gives you a ticket for your grass being too high or nobody does this, I'm not saying everybody's gonna listen because we know they're not. But if you get so many tickets, I'm sure at one point you're gonna be like, well, I don't want another ticket. Maybe you'll just start doing it. But you have to have somebody out there doing it was my point, and he confirmed that he had Henderson doing it. It was brought up at the meeting about
us deciding as a commission about, instead of a 1-year contract to be a 2-year contract for a police chief. We talked about it and we agreed that it was fine for 2 years, but I would recommend that you guys discuss that because we don't really, that's not our call to make, but we did say it would be fine. But I would recommend that you guys motion that and vote on it. or whatever you
Well,
do.
we have to read the
Yeah.
contract because we just got it tonight, so nothing's going to take place
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm just bringing it up because it was brought up at the meeting, so,
Mhm.
but that was the other thing we talked about was, and I said I would bring it up that, to present it to you guys that
Okay.
recommend you make the motion and vote on what you want to do with that.
Mhm.
Other than that, you know, we hope, my hope is that Henderson keeps doing what he's doing and we get things cleaned up a little bit more because it's been looking pretty bad. So, but if I know code enforcement is a hard thing to fill. So I would ask if Henderson does stop doing it at some point, for whatever reason, let me know, let us know so we can kind of make a plan because otherwise it's just gonna continue to go away, it's going and going. So,
He comes out every week.
okay,
For his, part of his hours, his first 4 hours.
Okay. if it ever stops for any reason, just let us know so we can figure out what we need to do because as we can tell, it's been going on and we can see what's happening. So we need to make sure, because I've actually gotten personal complaints from many citizens when they see me out and they stop me and they're like, why is this not being anything done about this? So this was a while back before I knew Henderson was, this
Yeah,
was before Henderson was even doing it. So,
Okay.
But that's all. I have.
okay. Thanks,
All right.
John.
I make a motion, we accept the chief's contract.
No, we have to read it.
I make a motion, we accept the police contract.
I deny it. No, we have to read the
We
contract.
can't deny it. We have to take a vote on the,
I'll second it.
so now it's a motion. We should have a discussion.
I don't believe it. They don't even read it.
Is what it is.
Is there any discussion? Is there any other motions? We need to ask these questions.
Well, I don't feel this is right because we haven't even read the contract yet. Because there's some stuff already we're debating on already that
Okay.
you had said was in here.
Are you
Do a roll
moving?
call vote on the motion and the second.
Roll call vote on the motion. Member Anderson?
Yay.
Vice President Gibson?
Yes?
Member Greco? Member Swallow?
Nay.
President Sweeto?
Nay.
The yeas have it. 3-2.
Unreal.
Maybe
Okay,
150.
fire. Joe?
Well, as you know, we're running out of time for annual service in town. And, you know, as of the end of the year, Hooper will not be servicing New Chicago anymore after all these years. We won't have Hooper. Now, as you know or you don't know, town manager and me been working hard on this, believe me. We've been to meetings, we found out what rejection really means. We've heard dollars and cents. It's been a real pain in the foot. So the one day, I mentioned to the town manager, I said, hey, give me one more shot at Lake Station. Let me go see what I can do here. So at first, we totally rejected it. But I went the second time and met with the town manager, myself, met with the mayor, their attorney, who else?
Senator Dalton.
Senator Dalton. the fire chief. So what I proposed to the group of individuals that we were visiting was, hey, why don't you just give us a 1-year contract? We could see how this works out. Because the 3-year contract was completely out. That was out. I said, how about a 1-year contract? We'll see how it works. If it works, we can figure something out, whatever. And this is the amount that we're gonna present to you. Fortunately, they went for it. They went for it. So the thing is, after meeting and speaking with the town manager about this situation, she brought up a good point that her and I are going to do once Lake Station approves this contract. I'm gonna let Attorney Mullins speak here in a minute on the contract. But, what she suggested makes a lot of sense. And well, first of all, once the mayor approves it, or Board of Works approves it, whoever has to approve it, whatever, and it gets approved and it gets all signed up and everything by you, by Lake Station, then we'll have an ambulance service for a year. We won't have to worry about it. We'll have an ambulance. What I intend to do before, once everything is signed and everything, is I'm having a meeting with the fire chief, the director of the ambulance service, and whoever else wants to be there, and explain to them how this is gonna work with our fire department and with their ambulance service, and let them know how we've been doing it. And so basically, we get on the same page. We all know what's happening, and we all know what's going on and everything else. But the town manager brought up something that's gonna be brought up to their attention also, which I think is an excellent idea, and that is every quarter, we check with the ambulance director and the fire chief and the mayor, if he wants to be involved or whatever, to see if everything is working out okay. Does there need to be any changes? Do we need to change anything? Do we need to do this or do that? Once every quarter, so that way we'll know what's happening. And the council, if you have any questions as far as the ambulance service is concerned, maybe I can have an answer for you. So, Hobart would never have to answer those questions. The clerk treasurer would not answer any questions as far as the ambulance service is concerned. So we were kind of handcuffed, so to speak. And, but now I can go to sleep tonight and rest a little bit. I saw the contract today. I read it, whatever. And I would like, Attorney Mullins to speak a little bit on it, because he's the one that wrote it up, and please, if you could say a few words, thank you.
Yeah, the thing that I've sent this to Frank Caprasina, the town, the attorney for Lake Station. Okay. He wouldn't go with my first draft at it because it didn't contain a fire protection territory, and that's clause 4. Under this, they would be charging us $50,000 instead of the 30 someone we're paying with Hobart, but a lot less than the $250,000 that Hobart wanted.
Yeah.
They're both, I think, taking advantage of New Chicago because I don't think it costs that much for them to run ambulances over here. So Lake Station is better, but Lake Station wants to join with us in the fire protection territory. Well, and they would lead that. I said we would use our best efforts, and I don't know whether Lake Station will go for that. Because these fire territories, there's money and time and people. So what is that gonna cost us? So I would not agree to anything that said we have to join their fire protection territory, because what does that mean and how much contribution are they gonna be expecting from us? So I said we would use our best efforts to do it. I don't know that the mayor is going to allow this, or Lake Station's gonna allow it or not. But if they do it for 50,000, that's the best thing that we've had. And Sue's checked and scoured everywhere. I've made calls and stuff to different places. We're not finding any way to fund an EMS service. So they both of these cities have this between a rock and a hard place
Mhm.
on the ambulance service. I did split up the payments to monthly payments of $4,100.
Did he okay that?
He has not okayed it yet unless I got a text or an email, which I don't.
So, can we go ahead and make a motion, like, to accept this once Lake Station approves it?
Yeah, as long as they don't
Do I
change
have,
it in
I'll make that
March.
motion.
do I have a second?
Jim seconded.
Uh-huh.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, Joe.
Under that fire protection district, or that fire territory, now, there's a lot of territories, and there's a lot of fire districts right now that are worried because of the fact that by 2027, there's not gonna be any money there.
Hmm,
They're not gonna have any
oh,
money.
that's not gonna be good.
Or here.
Or the.
Well, the fire
protection
territory.
district or fire protection territory, whichever one, is going to be extremely difficult to make happen. Now, with this, in this contract, this fire protection district and territory, whatever, it's not automatically, well, it's gonna happen next week. It's a long, long process. My suggestion to the council, to the public, is to let's leave that fire protection district territory off to the side for now.
And
And
Frank
let's,
won't let you.
huh?
Frank will
No,
not
they
let
were-
you.
It's in
They
the contract.
rejected it.
Stay in there, but we don't deal with it as a group. You know, act like we're in a hurry to get something done, until it comes to the point where, hey, when it comes down to the wire, I'll tell you, hey, it's coming down the wire, we're gonna need to jump into this fire protection district, territory, whatever. But right now, yes, we gotta deal with it, but I'd say let it stretch itself out for a time being, and let us at least get the ambulance service started. Let's get it going. Let's do what we have to do to make sure the citizens have an ambulance service January 1st, 2026. Thank you.
Okay, Joe. Town manager,
So can you vote on it?
They did. Well, yeah.
We did.
We've done a
We
motion.
approved it, we didn't.
I would like to let council know, because we did not have numbers for ambulance service
Yeah.
when we had the first hearing for the budget. It was not included in the budget. They could not change it before the adoption because it was already approved at the last hearing. So
For
Cinder,
30,000?
for 32. So Cinder Dalton
32.
told me we will have to do an additional appropriation for that.
That's why
I just
took
want you to
Cinder
know.
with me. So when we went and met, so.
Okay.
So
The
don't be
money's there, you'll find it.
surprised. The money's there. We just have to do the additional appropriation.
Okay.
all right, town manager.
Okay, we've been a little busy, so, IFA approved our, Redomatics, or whatever they call
They're
them.
Redomatics.
Evan Marsh is working on the bid packet right now, so as
For
soon
the
as
new
they get
town hall?
that done, this is for the, Redomatics, for
Oh,
the meters, for the water. So they're working on getting that bid packet out so we can, get those meters changed out and not have to go and walk the distance, okay? They also sent the, proposal there for the building. Tammy has made you copies of the layout of the building that we just saw the other day.
Did you get a price approximately what it's going to run?
They're working on that right now,
Oh,
Sharon.
okay.
So according to what they wrote, I gave everybody a copy of it.
Yeah, he said they need approval for the plan before they can proceed and let us know.
Oh.
So do we need to approve that tonight?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys.
So did everybody look at the plans for the new town hall and water department? Do I have a motion to approve the plans?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Now, do we have to get 3 bids for this?
They're gonna bid it out and whoever sends bids is what's gonna happen. They'll advertise it.
They
and,
said they had to bid it.
Yeah, they have to bid it, but
Mhm.
don't mean 3.
I don't mean
bids
that,
to bid it.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Okay. Next week, 14th and the 15th, I have to be out at county for the county council meeting so they can approve our money. And the commissioners are the 15th. So I'll be out there getting approval. So-
Hopefully they have a quorum.
So, hopefully, so, anyway, then when I get down the streets, we'll go on. So right now, that's all. School will be closed, the 14th and the 15th also.
I gotta go out to county when we're closed.
Yeah, so the water department and town hall will be closed on those days because there
Okay.
will be no electricity in the building.
So just keep that under
Okay.
your hat. We won't be open at Wednesday and Thursday, so. Okay, that's all I have on this.
Okay, park board,
First I'm gonna ask a question, for the closure, do you guys want me to put out a alert on the town website?
on what, Joe? I didn't,
The close, with the town hall being closed the 14th and 15th?
yes, would you
Yes.
Put
please?
it on the website,
Mhm,
and send
yeah.
out a reach alert?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Park board. So we did, we also talked about the ambulance service, because that does affect our parks department too, at this last meeting. I forgot to print this off and bring it because I had everything else that I was printing off for multiple meetings. But I will put in a copy in your guys' boxes for next month, that I'd like to review. It's basically an ordinance amendment for the parks, so that, if there is an emergency situation, it's basically, adopting procedures for temporary park closure due to safety, emergency, or public health reasons. That way, if something major comes up, or if, any year, because it sounds like we will have ambulance service come January 1st, which is great. But, if for some reason further down the road, if we lose ambulance service, I want to have a way of being able to close the parks to keep the kids safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we have had where a little kid ran in front of the swing as his sibling was coming back down, and I watched this kid get launched about 10 feet, taking, 2 feet to the chest, and we had to call an ambulance. So it's more of is it something we'll
A
ever use?
precaution measure,
Right.
so,
Is it something we'll ever use? Probably not,
mhm.
but,
Well, don't
It's
jinx
something
yourself.
right. But it's something I'd like to have in there, and Lloyd, I'll send you a copy of it also, for review. So I just had everything else printed out, forgot to print that. and bring it
That's
in to hand
fine,
you guys.
Joe.
So, but I'll put it in your guys' boxes. CDBG grants, we are still moving forward with that. We got the quote from, Kids Play Stuff and Gary, to do some sensory equipment and also mulch for the one playground area. The quote came out to be about 30,000 roughly, 30 and change.
For wood fiber.
Yeah, the wood fiber mulch, and that includes them actually
getting the old stuff out, all the old mulch out and putting in new. We're just waiting to hear if that also includes them putting a new, ground cover of some kind first before putting the mulch out. And then we're still waiting on a couple more quotes for doing the water fountain at the park, the drinking fountain. We did get the new roof on the garage/bathroom building, so it looks good. We shouldn't, knock on wood, have any more leaks. I'm still waiting on the final invoice for that, which I know is going to be higher than the original estimate because there were a lot of the plywood sheeting that they did have to replace on that building. So it is going to be a little bit higher, but it's still well within budget. Dartmouth Park, we've met several times with the National Honor Society students, and I think we have a great game plan as far as what we're going to have for, what do I want to say, features, I guess.
Yeah.
Feature
creatures.
So it's going to be kind of a medieval theme this year. So,
And that's the 17th, 18th, and 19th?
Correct.
yes.
And what time do you want us there?
Doors open at 6.
So I'll need you there at
6:30?
noon. Yeah, we'll get you with you on time.
I know I'll help one night.
9:30.
One night
Okay.
and then one night I'll take my grandkids.
And that is pretty much it for parks.
Okay, Joe, thanks. Planning Commission.
Hi, it's me again.
I know it's you again.
So planning commission, you guys already talked with Mead Electric. We also had Mark Fletcher there for American Auto Parts, which he's here this evening right behind me. As the commission goes, we did approve, contingent on, him completing his inspections, being able to get the used car dealership license. I did check with Tammy already. We currently don't have any active here in town. And by ordinance, I believe it's up to 3 we can have. So we do have the space, if you want to call it that. But I do need a motion from the council to.
And just to add to that, Joe, we did discuss that same thing when he first came to town. No junk cars out there, anything like that. And he's obviously understanding that because that was the original agreement when he came to town. So it'll be all finished cars ready for sale. That'll look nice. Kind of like how it is now, there's all the nice cars sitting out there. So that was one thing we made sure of.
So you need a motion to allow him to get his dealership license.
Yeah, basically, yeah, just like when he was new business, you guys,
Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Oh,
I make that motion.
Well, I can't even say it.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I do have one other thing under the planning commission that we talked about, and we talked about with Lloyd also. This came up kind of as a question last month with Matt Kazelke doing, looking at doing houses here in town. And he had mentioned that on some of those lots, there's a lot of sand that he's gonna have to excavate and take out and put, soils down that will be suitable for building on. Looking at our town ordinances, section 23.2 weight restrictions. All it states in here is that, it's a short section, so I'll read it real quick. Whereas the town of New Chicago has numerous roads in the community which are constructed in such a fashion that they can be easily damaged by heavy vehicles. It would be in the best interest of the safety of the citizens of New Chicago to maintain safe roads. The town of New Chicago street superintendent or town council may restrict the weight on roadways through the town, but no weight limit shall be less than 10,000 pounds or 5 tons unless section 23-3 applies, which 23-3 is the further restriction of roadways due to hazardous conditions. The town of New Chicago street superintendent or town council may post signs restricting the weight of vehicles on any roads within the town of New Chicago. The ordinance shall not apply to the following entities and uses: local deliveries, construction equipment intended for use. I think that's probably worded wrong. Construction equipment intended for use within the town of New Chicago. I think that'd be by the town of New Chicago.
No, and I
And
think they're talking about when we talked,
Yeah,
yeah, bringing, a truckload of lumber in to
Yeah.
build
Okay.
their
or
house.
like shingles or something, yeah.
Garbage trucks operated by the town's contracted garbage vendor and any highway in the state highway system or route maintained by the state of Indiana. So we had talked about this because there's gonna be a lot of dual axle, dump trucks that you would have to use to haul that out. We may have, we may want to consider actually placing a weight limit on the roadways, because
We
by,
have one, 5,000 pounds, isn't it, Earl?
it cannot be 5,000 pounds, it cannot be less than 10.
We have on Michigan too.
What's the weight limit?
It has to be at least 10,000.
Yeah,
The minimum is 10,000.
by your ordinance, minimum of 10,000.
Joe, where's the sand coming for, hauling out, where?
So he has,
Who's he?
Matt Kazell,
Selkie.
Oh, okay,
When he revamps those lots they bought,
yeah,
he's gonna have to take a lot of the sand down and make that so you can build it.
We have a sand lot, can you just put them on ours?
You call, that's your belief call. Tell them,
There's no sand
Check-
mining in
check with
Chicago
Robert,
either.
because there's a lot of restrictions with
Oh,
items.
Robert's working with him.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all
okay,
being worked on.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
what I'm getting at is that we don't necessarily have a set limit yet.
okay.
We're set.
I know, by what I can find in the 2017 code book, I don't see anything specifying that we have set a 10,000 pound limit. It just says that we can set
Oh,
a 10,000 pound limit,
we'd have to look in the old book, because I think it stipulates in there.
stipulates in there,
Mhm.
okay.
Well,
I
we
have
should
a notebook, Joe, I'll look.
We should have a study, or the chief or somebody who understands roads and the depth of roads and stuff like that, to say that this road, nothing
Yeah,
higher than this amount of weight or something. And then put up signs too, to do it right. Who's
Whoever
ever,
just paid the roads should be doing it because they know how much weight can be, that can,
well,
that road can withstand.
Okay,
yes and no, because you figure a lot of times, a lot of roadways, especially the main thoroughfares like Ridge Road, would be at minimum a base, intermediate, and surface layers of asphalt. A lot of times on your secondary streets in towns and even in major cities, it's just an intermediate and a surface layer with a dirt subbase underneath. So without doing an actual study where they pull core samples, it'd be hard to tell, unless our queen of all things paper happens to have the original road plans from.
No, but I can tell you, there's no base under them going out from Van Buren, Tyler Street, Kosciuszko, Benedict. There's
Okay,
nothing. There's gravel down and blacktop over it.
okay, so
that's
gravel, intermediate, and surface layer.
with no base, shouldn't we
it. Right,
limit
there's no
to,
base.
to 10,000 pounds? We should probably just limit those roads with no base. And that already excluded, temporary trucks like garbage trucks.
Yeah,
Which would our construction trucks who are delivering materials.
yeah.
So we could, on those roads, we'd have to get the signs
Mhm.
and put them up.
You may not build for 5 years, so.
Yeah. Well, it's something I wanted to bring up. I know we brought it up at the last planning commission meeting, and so.
Require expensive permits to bring overweight vehicles in.
Well, and that's more what I was thinking about was with them hauling out, a bunch of sand on triaxle or dual axles.
that's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight, it's not just gonna be.
And
dry
we just
sand.
got roads in, we don't need them.
That runs down the north side, so
Right.
it's all, cast iron, so we gotta be careful, so.
North
Right,
side of
but
what, hon?
that's why I'm thinking
Tyler Street.
if we can put a,
Yeah, it's a little rough over
you know,
there
if there
anyway.
isn't something in the 2015 book, which I've never seen the 2015.
I have the old book.
Okay. If you could check to see if
I
it is in
will,
there.
I will, Joe.
And see if maybe there is something in there, because what I was thinking was if there wasn't anything set, do an amendment to set something, and then also in that amendment, put on there that anything that is oversized or overweight would require to get a permit from the town.
Yeah,
That way, if he had a bunch of trucks running back there to get sand, he could, we could charge him for a load or something.
You could cover any kind of wear and tear on the road.
Yeah, because a road like that's not gonna last long with
Right,
triaxles filled with sand.
yeah, especially multiple loads like that, so.
yeah.
It was just something I wanted to throw out to you guys to think about, so.
Okay, is that it, Julio?
That should be. Yeah, we'll call that good.
Okay, sewer and stormwater. There really is no report because the guys are reading books. Street, Sue, is there anything?
Yeah, we had to do the streets, Joe and Trey went out, I had some listed here, they went out and marked the streets.
Did any of the council go out with them? Why not?
I don't know, they were busy. You know, so.
You and I went last year.
So I went out this year, and then Joe went out and checked the streets, so we have them marked, we're ready to go to send this to have them marked. So we
Okay,
can get on the grant, because we gotta get the grant done by the 31st, so.
okay.
Anyway, sewer, we do have something, the parts are in, Mickey Anderson said, and sometime next week, he'll get that fixed over there at Harrison. Pump station.
Oh, yeah, yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay. So, these grants for the streets are 20% now instead of 25%.
Oh, that's good.
So that come down, but now Tammy's gotta see how much money we had left because she had to mail off our underbid for the last project, so she owed what, $20,000?
20,000.
Yeah.
That was from 2023.
Okay, so we had to send that back to, the Marcia Community Crossings lady,
I
so.
sent that
So
certified
we gotta
mail.
go through our thing and see how much money we have.
And,
Okay.
Thank you, Joe, for taking care of that, so. All right, garbage, we're good. There was some stuff dumped out at, Benedict. It's an old water cooler, but they were using it for, blacktopping. They just dumped it over at
Oh.
Benedict. So Robert went and picked it up. I met Robert over there today. I called Ben, took a picture of it, and they will come get it when they pick up the dumpster, so.
You know what? Some guy came by my house today and he gave me a sheet of paper, for, it wasn't black topping, it was this other rubber stuff that they put down on the driveways. But in the back of the truck, I didn't see no big thing. It was even with the top of the truck, the pickup truck.
This looks like a big old.
So I don't know if that would be a cooler in there or not.
I
But
don't know.
he left me the name of his company.
This one just got dumped off, so. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Any old business? Any new business?
Trick or treat,
New
That's
business?
what my
Yeah.
question is.
31st Halloween, 5 to 7, it's a Friday,
2 hours?
5 to 7.
Yeah,
Is
the
that what
rest
you
of them
guys
is
want
3
it, or-
hours, right?
Huh?
Like, how long is Lake Station Hobart? I thought they were going
I don't know what
3
theirs
hours.
is.
It'll be 5 to 7.
Oh, it's always been 5 to 7.
That's
Yeah,
what ours is.
yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been.
Yeah.
5 to 7.
So Earl, 5 to 7?
That's part-time. Over, they should have find that 8.
Yeah.
We've always had 5 to
Yeah,
7.
but-
Part-time is 5 to 7. The kids don't stay out as long as they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So we will not change it like the rest of them?
I get some late
Five to
ones.
7.
Yeah.
Friday.
What day was that?
Friday,
The
October
31st.
Okay,
Halloween.
legal reports?
I think I've gone through most of this from prior things, but really concerned about this fire territory, fire protection territory, and the fact that it's the EMS coming up to make sure. So hopefully we're not going to be ground over the coals on
Yeah,
this. And a lot concerns me too with the changing of how much the small towns and stuff are gonna get money-wise from the state. So it's a.
We've met with 3, 4 different ones, Earl set up ones, we just can't do what some of them were asking, especially the one Sharon had in health, that one's ridiculous, so.
No.
But,
Yeah.
I did call Reagan, and I did, she talked to Eddie Melton, and, they had their fire chief call me, but they are so swamped, they've got people that are picking up their excess, so, and one of them was round the clock who we met with. So they could lease us an ambulance for $40,000, but then we have to pay our employees, EMS and insurance, and we just can't do it.
Mm.
So,
No, and I know how hard Sue's been working on this. It's insane, but there's some challenges for us as a town coming up, especially
It's
with.
gonna get worse.
Yeah. So to everybody to be alert, and I really appreciate Sue's efforts on these things. Because we wouldn't have an EMS
We would just,
available for the town. I mean, that's,
I think they're eventually trying to do away with the small towns.
yeah,
I think they are,
what are they gonna do with us?
I think so.
so somebody,
But if it wasn't for Joe keeping on them, we wouldn't have it in here tonight, so anyway.
Thank you, Joe.
just did a great job, hopefully to get this done. So a lot of challenges for us in the next couple of years.
Yeah. All right.
Is that it, Lloyd?
That's it.
Any announcements? Any other business to come before the council? Open forum? Stand up, Earl. Oh, and Dickerson.
So we stand before you guys tonight for 3 things. First, to account for the services and the progress of our police department. Second, to identify what has held us back. And third, to request specific actions necessary to keep the community safe and the town credible. In 2020, our police department was in a collapse. All but 3 officers left. There was days when Chicago had no police coverage. I returned as a reserve, unpaid, working 7 days a week, offering 12 hours overnight shift for one of my full-time jobs, and then returned again. I did that not for money or recognition, but because the people of this town deserve a police response every night, every call. Through instability in leadership, mismanaged budgets, missing records, and damaged public trust, I stayed. Chiefs came and went. Lawsuits and investigations surrounded the department, yet I continued to respond to each call, covering shifts, reporting deficiencies, because I refuse to let this community go unprotected.
I can't hear him.
When I assumed the position of intern chief, the department was on survival mode. A revolving door of hiring, unvetted applicants, and little accountability. Purchases were undocumented, evidence logs incomplete, and oversight was inconsistent. I took immediate action. I restored integrity, accountability, and operational structure. Conducted a full department inventory, identified missing property and funds, implemented a dual signature evidence tracking, standardized financial control, reporting, and training documentation. Ended the field of scheduled hiring practice and established a rigorous background check, interviews, and training requirements. We raised the officer's pay from $14.50 to $18 an hour without increasing the town's budget because we reconstructed internally expenses responsible. We secured new duty firearms, tasers, body-worn cameras, and for the first time in town's history, we bought brand new radios and got additional radios donated to us at a sum of over $100,000. We introduced flock license plate reading cameras. We restored the Indiana Law Enforcement Authorization to host a 40-hour pre-basic that we lost on the other sheet. All right. Now surrounding agencies, Gary, Lake Station, Stark County, they send their officers here to be trained before they go to the academy, instead of using their own department. Our officers have become the most professional, legally sound, and constitutionally trained in the region. We hold a 100% clearance rate in our serious violent felonies, and the department has successfully defended 2 lawsuits that was dismissed because of our documentation and our hearings, and Lloyd can attest to that.
That's true, accurate, very accurate.
Our work to rebuild community trust through transparency and outreach. In partnership and careful stewardship, the department has generated and received over $150,000 in cash donations, all used for training, equipment, community events without taxpayers' voting. We revive community programs like Coffee with a Cop, back to school drives, community fun days, and annual Christmas giveaways. Businesses now voluntarily donate to our cause because they see the results of professionalism behind the badge. We also lead on efficiency. I personally negotiated the removal of radio towers for $35,000 when the lowest quote was $110,000. I have coordinated and stabilized plans for emergency management. These were not police-only responsibilities. They were community necessities. I've worked 24 to 72 hours straight, slept in my office, missed family milestones to keep this town covered. I seen fear in the eyes of my wife during critical incidents and dropped my children off at school 2 blocks down from where I had just killed somebody. I've done this job with everything I have because I love this town. I love the people, I love the men and women who serve it. But with no training can prepare you for silence, when leaders turn their backs. After a recent officer-involved shooting, not one message of concern or support was extended from 2 of our council members to the 2 officers that was involved. Not one. Not even a, hey, you okay, or we're praying for you. This message was left us to manage trauma, scrutiny, public speculation, all along. The silence was louder than any statement. Our struggle today is not crime, it's not performance, it's not dedication, it's professionalism at the top. Certain elected officials have refused to meet with me, refused to acknowledge me in public, and have implied falsely that I was suspended in the public setting. Let me be clear. Under Indiana law and town politics, suspension requires a majority council vote, written notice of charges, a hearing, and the right to representation. None of that has occurred. These public statements were false, damaging, and contrary to due process. They have eroded morale, confused residents, and disrespected every officer who stands watch for this community. In closing, you don't have to like me. I don't care. I don't have to like you. It doesn't matter. We have to be professional for this town. And if you can't be a professional and put your public feelings aside, or be an adult and address your public feelings and get over it, then you shouldn't be in the position that you are in. When you have 2 officers who went to deal with a death investigation and had someone try to kill them to a point where they had to kill them, and you don't have the common courtesy to reach out to your underpaid, understaffed, overworked, under-equipment officer, it says a lot about your character. Because I had to go home and look at my wife in the eyes while she cried away, and my mother in the eyes. And while my wife tried to say, hey, do we have to get a hotel room because I'm afraid someone's gonna Google our address. I had to come drop my kids off at school 2 days later, 2 blocks down. And then I went to a meeting about a building and in the public, in front of a bunch of people I don't know, and in front of architects. Our town board president tried to say that I was suspended and I couldn't be here, all based off a policy that I wrote that she knew nothing about. And more importantly, was a personnel issue that never should have been discussed in public. It takes one person to get on social media and make a specialist like that that turns a good shoot to a questionable shoot. I'm trying to do this as respectfully and as professionally as possible. But what Councilman Swallow is doing and what Councilman Sweeter is doing is the mere definition of workplace harassment.
What did I say to you?
Of workplace
Sharon,
harassment.
just don't say anything. It's best we just don't say
I've taken
anything.
this for over a year. And I'm taking it like a
Just
duck.
don't say anything. Just don't say anything.
If this continues, I will go with legal moving forward.
Yeah.
Workplace harassment.
Go ahead.
I will contact the EEOC. I will contact my FOP president. and we will handle it that way.
For what?
Thank
Mhm. Have a good day.
Caught up in the Eagle Sea, and they're done that.
I don't have to like him either.
All right. Anything else?
All right, open comments from the board members? Adjournment, motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a second?
Okay. I'll second.
Okay, meeting's adjourned. I don't know where he comes off. We don't say nothing to him.
You know, I never said nothing. When this whole shooting thing, I never said nothing.